What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Saturday so far. This is NYG Jeffrey T85 here, and I just have a quick update on the New York Football Giants. As today, the Giants made another one of their rookie signings today, as they have officially inked one of their seventh round picks in this past NFL draft. Jordan Riley has signed his rookie deal, and he is now part of the other three draft picks that signed their rookie deals yesterday. So one of the seventh round picks, or both seventh round picks now are locked up to 4-year deals. Jordan Riley, along with picks yesterday, Gerrvarious Owens, Eric Gray, and Tre Hawkins III have all been locked up to 4-year deals for their rookie contracts going forward. In terms of Jordan Riley, he was drafted back in the 7th round last week by the New York Football Giants, and Riley began his collegiate career at North Carolina before moving on to the Garden City Community College, Nebraska, and then Oregon. He spent the 2022 season with the Ducks, for where he played 13 games and was credited with 21 tackles, 7 of them being solo, with 1.5 tackles for loss, and he also had a half sack and 1 pass defended. In terms of what Joe Schoen said about the big guy, Eric Gray, he said he's hard to find these guys. When you get into the 7th round, you are looking for guys that maybe it will be hard to get at different areas. And another guy we spent time with, a big run stopper in there, and he's 6'5", 330 pounds overall, and he'll compete for a depth role. You walk out to the practice, and there's a 6'5", 330 pound guy, piques your interest when you're right there. Again, some of these guys in different schemes may not have the production, the tackles, the sacks, but for what Wink Martindale looks for in terms of size, length, knockback, he possesses those traits. Obviously, he's a guy that's very solid against the run. He's a guy that's going to be able to make the tackles in the field and not allow running backs, wide receivers, etc. be able to run past him on the football field, which is one of the things that the New York Giants have struggled with recently. So that's the one thing that you're going to get at least with a guy like Jordan Riley, is he's going to be good against the run overall. And this is a positive thing for BigBlue going into the 2023 NFL season, and something they have definitely are going to be looking forward to seeing production-wise, and a good rotation at that outside, linebacker position / defensive line. And the other thing I want to talk about real quickly, the Giants made a couple of other moves in terms of roster moves, as yesterday they released 2 players off of their 90-man roster, as they have waived offensive lineman Solomon Kindley and defensive back Terrell Burgess, and both of those guys originally were signed to reserve futures deals back in January to be part of the 90-man roster, but they drew, unfortunately, the short straw on the team. Burgess was waived because of a failed physical designation, and Kindley, who was originally a 4th-round pick from the Miami Dolphins back in 2020, he appeared in 29 games for the team back in 15 starts before the team released him last August, and he was picked up by the Giants and placed on their practice squad in August before signing a reserve future deal. Burgess originally was a 3rd-round pick of the Los Angeles Rams back in 2020, and after picking up a Super Bowl ring, he was released last November and promptly signed with the New York Giants practice squad overall. So these were just pretty much procedural moves for the team. And in Week 12 against the Dallas Cowboys, Burgess was elevated to the active roster, but only took 5 snaps as a special team player on the roster. So these are obviously just procedural moves. I mean, Kindley was pretty much just on the back end of the practice squad. He wasn't really going to see any time with the New York Giants roster unless he was going to, injuries were really going to play a factor, and the Giants had no choice but to call up Solomon Kindley onto the Giants roster. And in terms of Terrell Burgess, the fact the Giants have so much depth now at that cornerback position, it was going to make it very difficult for somebody like Burgess to be able to make his way onto the Giants roster, because now you look at the Giants cornerback position and you brought in guys like Amani Owaria and Leonard Johnson through free agency. You drafted a whole bunch of players in terms of Tre Hawkins, Gerrvarious Owens, who has that experience playing cornerback, and then, of course, Deonte Banks. And you have to look at the guys that the Giants have signed in terms of undrafted free agents overall on the team. You brought in another guy in Gian Green from Michigan who could also play the cornerback position. And you already have Aaron Robinson, Darnay Holmes, Adoree Jackson, Rodarius Williams, Cordell Flott already on the roster. So there's really not a lot of places for a guy like Terrell Burgess to really, make his way onto the roster. And because he failed an injury designation, it made the move a little bit easier for Joe Schoen to absorb because of the fact that he wasn't really going to play anyway. And the Giants are so strong, or much stronger now in terms of depth at that defensive back position, that it made this move a lot easier to cope with, allowing the Giants to just let him go via injury designation. Just wanted to give you guys that quick update on the New York Giants. They have signed 7th-round pick out of Oregon, Jordan Riley, to his rookie deal. And in procedural moves, the Giants have released offensive lineman Solomon Kindley and defensive back Terrell Burgess off of their 90-man roster effective immediately. So hit that like button if you haven't already, and give a sub to NYGJeffyT85. More news, updates, and chatter surrounding the New York Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications of the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Giants. And you guys let me know in the comment section what you think about the procedural moves made by BigBlue yesterday and today. Jordan Riley into his rookie deal, and Solomon Kindley and Terrell Burgess being released off the team going into this 2023 offseason, where we're just about ready to begin OTA workouts as well as mandatory minicamp before we get over into that 1 month period where the Giants are going to have off before we get ready for training camp and preseason coming up at the end of July and early August. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Take it easy. It's a beautiful day out, so if you get a chance, go outside, enjoy it, especially when you're on the East Coast, and get some rest and enjoy it, bro. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Football Giants. As always, together blue, everyone.